Hello, YouTube, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am Ranveer, and today we are going to talk about some other issues. So, my last video was Please Dream. Then you must have a question. What if I fail? What if I pursue my dream and I fail? That's a really good thing to think about because at least you dreamed. Give a pat on your back that you dreamed. But what if I fail? What if I can't succeed? So, to understand what failure and success is, we need to understand what fear is. Why do you fear? Why why does the thought of fear come in your mind when you think about your outcome? I will give you an example. In the older times, when there was a drought or there was too much rain, people would fear. People would think that God is punishing us. People would fear God, that, oh my God, we need to sacrifice human, we need to sacrifice animals, we need to throw some people off the cliff to make this stop. They used to fear rain. And as we advanced, as we got more knowledge, we just knew that this is a natural phenomenon. We can stop it, we can increase it, we can control it. But it's a really vague example. What do you mean, Ranveer? I don't understand what you're saying. I'll give you another example. Imagine there's a very dimly lit room. You're in it, you're just walking. You see a snake. You start jumping, your heart starts beating. You are panicked and you think that that's your last moment of your life. Your life flashes ahead of your eyes. Then you just turn on the switch and you see that that was a mere rope. I still don't get what you're saying, Ranveer. So fear is nothing but absence of knowledge. Fear is nothing but absence of wisdom. Absence of wisdom. But I think I'm wise enough. You're not wise enough because you fear. You don't have the knowledge enough. Fear is nothing but an illusion. It's an illusion. Now, okay, Ranveer, I understand. I shouldn't fear. But how do I stop fearing? It's human nature to fear. We'll talk about how not to fear at the end of the video, but for now, let's stick to the subject of failure and success. Let's ask ourselves, what is failure? What is success? Failure is when you don't achieve the outcome you longed for, you worked for. And success is when you achieve it. So people think that if I fail, I'm trash. I couldn't do anything in my life. Blah, blah, and they cry. And people who actually succeed, they inflate. They get the ego. They think they are the greatest of all time. But I ask them one question. The people who fear to fail and the people who fear to not do something, I ask them one thing. How does an immortal being fail? How does an immortal being succeed? That doesn't seem right. If something is immortal, at some point it's going to succeed. If something is immortal, at some time it's going to fail. But we are not immortal. We are going to die at maybe 60, maybe 70, maybe 80. But I tell you, you will never die. Your soul will never die. This body, this is a mere cloth your soul wears. Do you get sad when you change your clothes? No. Then why fear death? You are immortal. The body you wear is a mere cloth for your soul. So you can't fail because you are immortal. You can't succeed because you are immortal. So is success and failure a hoax? Yes, it is a hoax. But Ranveer, I still fear. What if I can't reach to the outcome? What if I work my whole life and I can't get to what I want to be? There is a really good phrase in our scriptures. I am a Hindu. I'm not gonna rephrase it, I'm just gonna explain it to you. It's said by the Lord Himself to a mere mortal or immortal, whatever you think. So He says that you have the right to do your duty, but you don't have the right to outcomes. People generally there's a misconception going around that people think that you don't need to think about the outcome. You should do your work and not think about the outcome. But that really doesn't make any sense, does it? How do I do something if I don't think about the outcome? Why do I shoot a film if I don't want the outcome? Why do I work if I don't want the outcome? So that's a misconception. The real meaning is to drop all the attachment to the outcome. Now, what does that mean? If I just drop all the attachments, then why would I need something? So it's not like dropping all the attachments. It's like if you stop thinking about the outcome for once, and if you just do the thing, if you just do the duty, if I stop fearing of becoming a filmmaker, if I stop thinking that I want to become a filmmaker, if I stop fearing, then all of my potential is going to go towards a film, which eventually will make you succeed. But what if I still fail, Ranveer? What if I don't fear, but what if I still fail? Because that's possible. Hell, that's most probably possible. For I have an answer for that too. I have an answer. Few days ago, I was sitting with my father. He's a really hardworking guy. He works a lot and he's rich. He has all the money he wants, he would ever desire for. I asked him, why do you work so much? And he said, because I like working. I was like, okay, but there must be something you work for. He said, my destiny isn't my outcome. My outcome is the journey itself. My destiny is the journey itself. That made me think about myself because I always feared what if my film go doesn't work? What if my film goes flop? So the actual outcome is the journey itself. The actual fruit is the journey itself. Because the at the end of it, if I make a film and it wins the Oscar, the happiness, the pleasure is going to be temporary. I would be happy for a day. I would be happy for 2 days, 3 days, maybe an year. Then what? It's going to vanish. But the journey, it never vanishes. It never vanishes. The journey always remains. And if you understand that the outcome you longed for is the journey itself, the day you will become the greatest human being, the human being who doesn't fear, the human being who knows what life means. So, uh, I'm not gonna make this a bit too long. I think, yeah, it's 10 minutes already. Not gonna make this video too long. It's, we, I'm not an intellectual. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. And the video is getting a bit too long. Uh, Let me know in the comments if you wanna ask some questions. I could do a Q&A, but there are no questions because no one watches my videos. But hell, I don't care. If I care about people watching my videos, then I'll start fearing. Okay, enough for today. Be happy, stay with your family. Peace out.